To have an effective, productive, and a fruitful life, and 2026 specifically, there's certain key competent skills that you need to develop and build. Without these skills, it might be almost impossible or very difficult for you to attain the level of success that you would want to attain either in the year 2026 or in life in general. So in today's video, I'm going to be listing out all of the valuable skills or the most valuable skills that are required for anyone to thrive and have an effective, successful, beautiful, fruitful, and productive life. We all know that life becomes exactly what we make it. Life does not give us what we wish or desire or intend for us to have. Life will give us what we actually work towards. And these skills that I'm going to be sharing with you today are skills that when you master, you literally are setting up yourself for massive success, and without a doubt will actually accomplish massive success. So let's get right into the skills. The very first skill that you need to develop to have an effective and a successful life and 2026 will be self-awareness and self-management. Yes, self-awareness is a skill. This is a skill that allows you to look at yourself and figure out the things that actually make up yourself, both on an internal level and an external level. So when you've mastered the skill of self-awareness, you are able to understand what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what your triggers are, what your energy patterns are, what your feelings and emotions are, the things you do when you feel certain things, how you respond or react. When you are self-aware, you also get to notice when you feel overwhelmed, what tasks or responsibilities or life activities drain you or make you feel the most alive. You also get to figure out what environment you thrive in, what kind of person you are on a day-to-day basis. Self-awareness allows you to look at aspects of yourself that helps you determine whether or not you thrive better in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. Self-awareness allows you to listen to your inner dialogue, listen to how you feel. It helps you regulate your emotions instead of letting them run your decisions. So self-awareness is actually a skill that when you build, you are able to not just manage yourself effectively, but you're also able to manage others as well. So it's beyond your physical self now. It goes deeper into your feelings, your emotions, your regulations, the things that make you tick, the things that make you come alive, the things that dampen your mood and dampen your energy. Self-awareness allows you to know when your energy is at its peak period and when your energy is depleted and needs to be recharged and refueled. It's a valuable life skill that everybody actually needs to master. And it's number one because it's the foundation for every other thing that you would be doing with your life. Once you've mastered self-awareness and you've mastered it to a high level, every other thing just forms itself nicely around this. And unfortunately, a lot of people aren't self-aware. They are not self-aware. They don't take the time to look inward, to reflect, to find out what themselves is telling them, to find out how their body system or their minds respond to situations and things. So they just go on autopilot and react to everything that happens without checking in to see, okay, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I talking like this? Why am I responding like this? That's what self-awareness does for you. So it's important that the very first skill you're building as a person is the skill called self-awareness, and you can also call it self-management. And once you've mastered self-awareness and self-management, like I said, every other skill just sticks to it and it will become easier for you to master the other things that I'm going to be mentioning. Skill number 2 that you need to develop to have an effective and successful life in 2026 will be visioning and strategic thinking. An effective life requires direction, and you must, as a matter of necessity, be able to visualize things. You must set a destination for yourself, whether you like it or not. You've probably heard vision mapping, vision mastery, vision this, vision that. It's a must because you actually live out your life on a day-to-day basis based on the vision you have set. And if you don't have a set vision, you will be living life haggardly, moving with every wind of doctrine and not aligned with what your destination is. So vision and strategic thinking is another major skill you need to develop. Once you have set that vision in sight and the destination in sight, strategic thinking now helps you open up your mind and your intelligence and your brilliance to know how to take steps and do things that are tailor-made for the vision and the destination that you have set for yourself. So this skill helps you think long-term, not just react to daily demands. It helps you see how today's actions connect to your future goals. It helps you design your life intentionally instead of drifting away. This is the skill that separates people who are busy from people who are building. You see people who are constantly always busy but producing no results. They don't have vision and no strategic thinking as a skill. But there are others who expend their time and energy wisely, building, and you can see clearly the results that they're producing. Those people are great visionaries and they're very strategic thinkers. So if you want to truly have an effective 2026, then you must develop the skill called visioning and strategic thinking. The third skill that you need to develop to have a successful and an effective life and 2026 will be goal decomposition. Breaking big goals into actionable steps. This is where a lot of people get stuck. Like people usually would have the rosiest, the sweetest, the most beautiful goals. But then when it comes to execution, they cannot execute because they have not built the skill called goal decomposition. What makes your goals achievable is when you break them down into actionable steps that actually follow a sequence. There is such a thing as the law of sequence, and you need the law of sequence to guide you when you are breaking down your goals into smaller steps. Because guess what? When you have a goal you want to accomplish, you don't want to start by doing the fifth thing first. You want to start by doing the first thing first and then follow a chronological order until you've accomplished that goal. That's where a lot of people actually get very, very stuck when it comes to executing their goal. If you find that you are one of the people who actually know what you want, but you don't know how to get yourself there, then it means that you are lacking the skill of goal decomposition. And this is where I'm going to invite you to sign up for our exclusive one-on-one consultation called From Vision to Reality. Now, this is a one-on-one consultation with me where when you sign up, I literally would hold your hand and walk you through the process of actually accomplishing the goals that you have set for yourself by first of all deciding what is blocking you from moving forward and then designing a 90-day roadmap that can guide your actions tailor-made for the vision that you have. So we are going to help you actually decide what you want to achieve, not from a vague place, but what you know you truly are supposed to be achieving with your life, and then break it down into actionable steps that you can actually start implementing immediately to accomplish the goals that you have set for yourself. Check the description box down below for more details on how you can sign up for the one-on-one intensive consultation. I tell you, it's something that will literally change your life. We've had quite a number of clients and then we have quite a number of testimonials. I'm going to put some on the screen or maybe somewhere in the description box and you can check it out there. Okay, but yeah, goal decomposition is one of the major skills that you need to set for yourself so that you know how to break your big goals into actionable steps. Without this skill, goals remain inspirational but never operational. You want your goals to become executable, and the skill called goal decomposition is actually what's going to help you accomplish that. So develop that skill immediately, okay? Skill number 4 that you need to develop would be time and energy management. It's a skill. I've talked so much, I think in the past 2 videos or 3 videos, we've talked extensively about how time and energy are your life's greatest currencies. And so for you to actually ensure that you are expending your life's greatest currencies correctly, You need to know how to effectively manage your time and your energy. And if you've watched the video on time management that we shared, you remember I taught you that you don't necessarily manage time, but you manage yourself within time. Maybe go check out that video. We'll put it in the description box down below, or you can check out the last 2 or 3 videos that we put out on the channel, or just search time management and you'll find that video and watch it. Master that skill. And this skill is not about calendars. It's not about hours and numbers. It's about capacity, building capacity that can actually help you thrive through the day. This skill will help you protect your time from unnecessary demands and then help you manage your energy, not just your schedule, because a well-structured life actually requires the skill called time and energy management. It's one skill that will literally set you apart in a million ways. And it's one skill that actually separates the high achievers from the masses. Time and energy management is one of the most important skills that you need to build to take yourself to the next level of your life, okay? This next skill is a skill I like to call habit formation and consistency. Now, to thrive and to have a successful life, there are certain habits you need to build that can actually help you and equip you to stay strong and stand the test of time. So habits like maybe waking up early, habits like staying focused on your tasks, habits like reading, acquiring knowledge, like those little habits you know that you need to put into place and then form and develop and then practice consistently to actually help you accomplish the things you want to accomplish. Remember, you can have all the biggest, rosiest dreams in the world, but if you don't have the action and the habits to back up those dreams, if you are the kind of person who has set a dream or a vision to maybe lose 10 pounds, but you don't build the habits to actually get yourself into the gym or start a workout routine or start eating healthy or develop the habit of discipline, develop the habits where you are constantly motivating and pushing yourself by yourself, then how would you accomplish your goal? So habit formation and staying consistent to the habits that you have formed that can help you successfully accomplish the things you want to accomplish is actually a skill that you must develop. When you have discovered that habit, forming it and developing it is your responsibility, and then staying consistent with that habit until you've accomplished the goals that you've accomplished is actually on you. And that is why habit formation and consistency is a skill. This skill teaches you how to build habits that align with your goals, how to stay consistent even when motivation drops. It teaches you how to design your environment to support your habits. Discipline becomes easier when systems are designed correctly. Build the skill called habit formation and consistency. This next skill is actually my absolute favorite skill, and is a skill that you need every day, every single day, whether you in your professional life or in your personal life. And this skill is simply decision making and boundary setting. You need to learn how to make decisions quick, because life is ever moving. I'm not saying that all decisions need to be made fast, but there are some decisions that will not allow you or give you the luxury of stalling or waiting to make, especially if you are maybe a leader in an organization or you have a professional life where you have to make decisions on a daily basis that move the company forward. Your decisions actually really matter, and ensuring that you are making the right decisions at all times is actually important, because the decisions you make on a daily basis either make or mar you. They either build or destroy. Again, that is like I said both in your personal and in your professional life. So you need to equip yourself with this skill called decision making, and then of course boundary setting. When you say no, let your no be no, and it's a skill you build, because people would walk all over even the boundaries that you have set. But when you have developed your boundaries and you stand on your boundaries like you are standing on a rock and you're unshakable, it's actually a skill. It did not come with you. It wasn't given to you at birth. These things are things that people actually develop. So decision making and boundary setting are skills that can actually help you have an effective and successful life. When you've developed this skill, you'll be able to say no without feeling guilty. You make aligned decisions very quickly. You set boundaries that protect your time and your energy and focus. And then when you say yes, you know that every yes you say is from an intentional place instead of a reactive place. Every choice you make, every decision you make, you know that it's from an intentional place instead of from a reactive place. So master the skill of decision making and boundary setting. It will help you a great deal in your overall life. This next one is also very important, and it's simply accountability and feedback integration. Now, a lot of people don't like to keep themselves accountable or receive feedback in a way that is that does not hurt or hamper their ego or pride. Human beings are naturally egoistic in nature, but the people who are able to collect feedback from others without getting hurt are the people who have developed this skill that I'm talking about. It's a skill you develop. Even in your personal life and your professional life, you do things and people who love you and maybe people who care about your growth and development chastise you. The ability to take that chastisement and not feel some kind of way about, some people cannot take rebuke. They can't. And that's a very poor, bad way to live, because if you're not keeping yourself accountable to others, or if you are not taking feedback in a good way that allows you to build up yourself, then there's something absolutely wrong with your wiring, because feedback are there for you to grow and get better, regardless of how the feedback is said. Because remember, of course, there are people who give feedback in a very insensitive way. When people like that give me feedback, what I do is I just close my ears to it and keep it moving. But when somebody gives me a constructive feedback that can help me grow and become a better person, best believe I'm listening to it. Whether that person is older than me or younger than me, regardless of whoever that person is. Once I know it's a feedback that's going to help me improve my life, I'm listening. But guess what? It's not something I was used to. I had to develop the skill. And that's why I put it here as a major life skill that you need to develop. Growth accelerates when you're not doing life alone. And mastering this skill will help you invite accountability into your life. Don't be the Lord and Master of your life. Have somebody who guides you, who you can keep yourself accountable to, who you can keep yourself in check with. It can be your mom or your dad, or a mentor or a coach, or your boss or someone, an elder sister, an elder brother, an uncle, an auntie. Somebody who can spank you and then you just be like, okay, oh my God, I messed up. I must have messed up for this person to do this. Don't be the master of your life. This skill will help you receive feedback without defensiveness. It's a beautiful skill you have to learn. This skill will help you adjust systems based on results, not emotions. Structure improves when you embrace feedback. Your life improves when you embrace feedback. And guess what? Feedback is always coming at you on a daily basis. Are you opening your ears to it, and are you receiving it in such a way that actually helps you grow and become a better human being? So it's a skill you need to develop today, okay? This next skill, these skills are quite, when I say unconventional skills, people don't believe that these things are skills. When I say, have you built the skill of reflection? They'll be like, is that a skill? Yes. Reflecting is a skill, and it's the next one on my list. Reflection, review, and adaptability. They are skills that you need to learn. You need to learn how to reflect on your life. Review your life. You need to learn how to sit your beautiful butt down and reflect on your life. Reflect on your life journey. Don't keep going and going and going. Don't be the one who continues on the journey without stopping to say, oh, wait, where am I? What have I been doing? Wait, am I actually accomplishing what I want to accomplish? Am I in the right direction for my destination? Wait, I'm going to Yaba. I'm currently in Shomolu. Am I in the right path? Am I taking the right way? Am I doing the right things? Is my character correct? Is my energy okay? Is my time being used correctly? Stop and reflect. Ever so often, stop and reflect. This life is not a test. It's not a test run. This is not rehearsal. This is your life for real, for real. God. Some people don't understand the depth of the seriousness of this life. This is the real life. There's no another life. And unfortunately, people that don't reflect end up regretting. Oh my God, I had a very deep reflection moment last year, December, where I figured out something in my life that I was like, oh my God, I never thought about it this way. But this thing came during my reflection moment, and immediately I corrected myself and changed. Like immediately. It was a hard decision to make, but I had to make the decision because it was a matter of life and death. But imagine if I didn't pause to reflect and check in with my life and check in with myself. I may have missed that great opportunity or signal that was looking at me in the face. So reflection, reviewing, and adaptability are mighty life skills that you need to actually develop, and then ensure that you are actually putting to work the habit of reflecting, reviewing, and adapting and making the necessary changes that need to be made once you have reflected and discovered whatever it is that you discover. Your life is not static. You need to know how to review what's working and what isn't. You need to learn how to reflect without self-judgments. Just reflect from a place of awareness, from a place of you wanting to know and learn more and figure more things out about your life. Adapt your systems and your life as seasons change. This keeps your life relevant and sustainable. You don't want to be the one who is 40, 50 years and you're like, oh my God, I wish I did that when I was 30. Start reflecting now so that you can start doing the things now that you know you're supposed to be doing. Okay? This next one is actually one also very important skill. It may not sound like a skill, but I consider it a skill. And it's called spiritual discernment and alignment. See, if you are not aligning yourself with the one that's made you and his direction and his design for your life, for your specific life. Remember, he made you for a reason, to take a preordained pathway, do certain good works, and live a good life. Do you know what that is? You need to align yourself with the design of your master, with the design of the one who made you. If you believe you were made by someone and you were the creation of a creator, you need to align yourself with the design of your creator, and then get discernment. Be discerning. Discernment is a skill that you must learn in 2026. If there is anything you pick from this video, open your ears, do like this. All of you. Yeah? They actually did it. If there is anything you must pick from this video, go and master the skill called discernment. The skill of discernment is actually a very easy skill to learn. You just need to learn how to what? Listen to yourself. Yourself is always talking. And yourself is never lying. Yourself can never lie. Because yourself, your true self, is the person that is one with your maker. Your true self is one like this with your maker. And your maker has your blueprints in his hand. He downloads your blueprints to your true self. You need to quieting down. Sometimes, sometimes block everybody, shut the noise out, and listen. Your true self is always talking to you. It's always nudging you on with still voices or with feelings. It's always talking. Are you listening? You need to listen. It's a skill you need to master. It will help you a lot. There's a lot of wickedness and evil going on in the world today. Discernment is a skill you need to master. And spiritual alignment. When I say spiritual alignment, I mean aligning yourself with your Creator's design. Do you know what you've been called to do? Do you know the life you've been called to live? Align and live that life every single day, okay? The next skill, of course, this list cannot be complete or exhaustive without mentioning the skill called communication skills. And I broke it down into two: internal communication and external communication. So the internal communication is the dialogue you have with yourself. What are the things you tell yourself? How do you talk to yourself? Before you ever communicate with people, you are constantly communicating with you. You need to learn how to speak to yourself with clarity instead of confusion. You need to learn how to replace self-criticism with honest but constructive talk. I always say something to you, to anyone who cares to listen. Lie to everyone, but never lie to yourself. Always tell yourself the real truth at the real goddamn time. I tell you, it's the fastest way to elevate yourself and actually grow. You grow your self-awareness that way. Never lie to yourself. Of course, it also gives you clear internal instructions. When you're constantly in conversation and dialogue with yourself, when you know how to talk to yourself. Sometimes I'm just on my own, maybe with a group of people, and maybe I feel a certain, when you have different emotions, your body signals you in different ways. For example, when you feel a tightness in your chest, it's like a form of anxiety or something you're afraid of or something like that. And then sometimes whenever I feel that tightness in my chest about a certain situation, I tell myself, people may be there, but I'll be like, Girl, nothing to be afraid about. We're good. And people are like, who are you talking to? And I say, I'm talking to myself, because my inner self is feeling afraid of something, and I'm trying to or my body is feeling afraid of something, and my real self is saying, girl, we're good over here, but I need my body to actually open his mouth to say it. So I'm saying, girl, we're good. No need to be afraid. And immediately the tightness of the chest disappears. Talk to yourself. Then the other one, of course, is external communication with people. Communication, I always say, doesn't end until the person you're communicating to understands you. So you may know what you want to say in your head, but until that person you're communicating to knows exactly what it is in your head, exactly how it is in your head, you've not communicated. So you need to go and build your communication skill. It's beyond just speaking English and he. It's building understanding with comprehension and knowing how to pass across a message in such a way that other person truly understands your message. So this skill allows you to clearly express expectations and boundaries, articulate your needs without guilt or aggression, reduce misunderstandings, conflict, and emotional drain. And if people don't understand you, your life will constantly be interrupted. Your systems will constantly be interrupted. So you need to build your communication skill. We have a course in the WSC library called The Art of Speaking Eloquently and Elegantly course. It's a course that can actually help you get started on communicating effectively. Please check the description box down below of this video to get a link on how you can access more information about the course, and then access it and start using it today so you can develop your communication skills. The final skill on my list, now, of course, there are so many other life skills that you need to build, but these ones are the ones I believe are core competent skills that everyone who really wants to succeed in their lives should build. And there are other soft skills and hard skills, right? But like I said, these are just core skills that I believe are the core competent skills that anyone who wants to succeed can have. And the final one on my list is a skill that I call prioritization and trade-off management. What does this mean? This skill is a skill that allows you to focus on what truly matters. Because I believe that in this life, you can't have it all. Let's be for real. And when I say you can't have it all, some things have to give for something to happen. And having this skill will help you always ensure that you are trading off the right things at the right time. You don't want to trade off something that is important for something that is less important in your life. That's what this skill does for you. Prioritization and trade-off management. What do I have to give off or trade off so that I can accomplish this thing I want to accomplish? Something has to give, and you have to be able to know what to give up for, maybe for now or for later, so that you can actually focus on something now. Because like I said, you can't have it all at the same time. You can't. I used to think you can actually have it all at the same time. Life has quickly taught me that some things have to give. Some things you have to wait. Even God did not do it all at the same time. He had the power, the ability to do it all at the same time. But when it was time to create the world, what did he do? He did it in sequence. Something first before the second. Something second before the third. So that is the same thing that happens in life. What you think you want now, maybe you want 3 things now, but you may not be able to accomplish all 3 things at the same time. Do you know which one to pick and say, okay, this is the first I need to start working on, and maybe this will help me build the foundation for the remaining 2. So whilst you're working on this first one, the remaining 2 just take a back burner seat for now. That's what you call trade-off. So you trade that off for a lot of people, unfortunately, are trading off their destinies and their lives for a pot of porridge or a night at the club. Their friends say, let's go and hang out at the club. Let's just go and dance and drink and all. And they trade off the time they're supposed to use to spend to develop themselves. And they go for parties and clubs, or even, in fact, you can even trade off a good thing and it will be bad. Maybe you trade off doing something you're supposed to do, and then maybe you travel to have a travel experience with your friend. It may be a bad trade-off. So understanding this skill and learning it and mastering it is important. And this skill helps you to choose what matters most now. Because you can't have it all. You can't have it all now. But what matters most in this season of your life, This skill helps you choose. It helps you accept trade-offs without guilt. It helps you communicate those priorities clearly to other people in your lives. And then structure doesn't mean doing everything. It means doing the right thing at the right time. And this is what this skill actually helps you accomplish. Now, a structured life is not about rigidity. It's about clarity, alignment, and intentional execution. And these skills that I've just mentioned now will help you develop systems that are natural. You stay consistent. Your consistency becomes a lot more easier, and your progress becomes predictable when you've mastered the skill. I'm just going to run through them one final time in summary. First one is self-awareness and self-management. Second one on the list is visioning and strategic thinking. Third one is goal decomposition, breaking big goals into actionable steps. The fourth one is time and energy management. The fifth one is habit formation and consistency. The sixth one is decision making and boundary setting. The seventh, accountability and feedback integration. The eighth, reflection, review, and adaptability. The ninth, spiritual discernment and alignment. The 10th, communication skills, both on an internal and an external level. The 11th, which is the final one, prioritization and trade-off management. Now, don't be overwhelmed by all of these skills, especially if you have not started building anyone yet. You can take it one at a time. These things are not done, and you don't, in fact, most of the skills I mentioned here are skills that I have personally, started building, but some of them I have not really perfected. We're still a work in progress. So just in case this is your first time that you're ever hearing these things I'm mentioning and you didn't know that they were skills you can actually build as you progress on your life's journey, please don't be overwhelmed by the list. You can take it one at a time and make it even a vision or your destination that you will master these skills and get to learn more about them. Maybe in the coming weeks, what I can do is break them down into individual videos, and then we can talk extensively about each one and how you can master them. Of course, like I said, there are so many other skills, confidence building. There are other hard skills that you need to learn that can help you on your journey. Don't feel overwhelmed by this list. Just take it one at a time. But I tell you, when you have mastered or at least build some competence in these skills that I've mentioned, it will help you actually have an effective and a successful life. Remember that you can sign up for my one-on-one consultation from vision to reality, helping you map out a 90-day strategic plan that can help you accomplish your goals and achieve everything you know you designed to achieve. You don't have to figure it out on your own. I am known as the Clarity Queen, and I'm one person who knows how to execute projects in order of sequence. I see clearly what you want to accomplish, and I show you how to actually accomplish it step by step until you have achieved your result. I'm currently working on multiple projects at the same time. I've successfully accomplished multiple projects at the same time. And so I know my stuff, even though I say so myself. So sign up right now for the one-on-one consultation, just in case you need extra hand-holding or someone to support and guide you on your journey. That's what I'm here for. We're going to leave the link in the description box down below on how you can fill out the application, and then of course book your time slot. Okay, that's pretty much all that I have for you for today's video. I hope this video has been helpful. Before we start rolling out the actual videos for the individual skills that I have shared here, you can just do a quick research on the internet on how to build any one that you want to begin with, and be on your way to building the skills that actually help you have a successful and an effective life. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, continue to stay very, very excellent. Take care.